So, one of the things that I have tried to get really, really good at that has helped me a ton with this transition from general contracting and water damage business to full-time real estate sales and our investment property business is my routine and my schedule. I am a creature of habit. I thrive when I know exactly what I need to do at what time each and every day, and for the most part it's largely the same. I really benefit from that kind of structure. So I have developed my schedule, and then I created a checklist with my schedule outlined on it and each individual item that I like to do. It's more or less time blocked. And I've created a 30-day chart, and every time I accomplish one of the items, I put a check mark on it. Well, then I can look over the month at the end of the month, and I can see how consistent I was at each, milestone. This has been life-changing because in the past, you have all these ideas, and as a business owner, you're wearing a lot of hats already. Now, even in my new field, you're still an independent contractor, independent agent. You're on your own. You're a business owner, and you're going to wear all the hats. So when you get in the hustle and bustle of things, it's easy to get off track and forget to do your dailies, the things that are going to propel your business forward. So that little stupid tracker and those little stupid check marks, and being able to look at a complete week with all check marks and the satisfaction of that has been a game changer with my productivity. I'll give you an example. So I don't put actual times on there. It doesn't matter what time I accomplish these items. Now I have a schedule that I try to follow, but ultimately I have a list of items that I want to do each day for propelling the business forward. So example, I've got AM, PM calls, right? So my morning calls, my afternoon calls. I can get into more specifics about what that is later, but those are items that I do daily. If I don't do them daily, I'm not pushing my business forward. I'm not prospecting. I've got the gym. I'm on an eating regimen right now, which is sort of a high protein, low carb type deal. That's on there. The gym's on there. Calls are on there. I've got, a social media campaign that I'm trying to push. So, my daily post is on there. My training, I've paid a coach to help me with this transition. And there's training that I need to do 3 times a week. That's on there. I need to check that off. I've got some personal side stuff. A men's group that I'm a part of that I do weekly is on there. I want to be able to check that off. My morning reading, scriptures, prayer, I want to be able to check that off. Just the list of things that both business and personal will help me push toward the goals that I have. And I have my goals written down and stickied in front of my desk above my computer, so I look at them every day. Affirmations is another one that's on that list that I check off each day. So a lot of this stuff you don't see immediate results from, and that's why I decided to do this habit tracker, is what it's called, the habit tracker, because it's not something that it's not like, oh, I gotta go get material. It's an immediate thing. You go get it, you drop it off, you're done. It's just a single one-off event. These are items that you have to do continually for the results to come. It's going to compound over time. You have to prospect daily. You have to do this, that, and the third daily. The gym, all this kind of stuff is going to affect you long-term. But it's real easy to get off track. And, oftentimes if you're not paying attention, you can go weeks or even months and not have been doing the things that will actually push you toward the goals that you've set. The daily tasks, like example in real estate, filling out the contract, or posting a property on the MLS or negotiating a deal. Those are the get it done factors, but they're not the business propelling factors. The business propelling factors are building your pipeline continually, prospecting daily, making sure that you've got new fresh leads coming in all the time. Selling the properties, that's just your job. I mean, you have to do that. That's not a negotiable. I mean, that's just something you have to do. The other items, you can go weeks or months and not do it and not realize how big of a mistake that is. Same thing in contracting, right? Managing the project, that's just your job. But prospecting for new projects once this one's done, that's what propels your business forward and allows you to grow. So, just something to think about. I was chewing on that. I just got done with the gym. I go to the Y, they've got a sauna, they've got a steam room, they've got free weights. So I like to go up there, I hit the weights for 45 minutes or so, and then I go do the steam room, then I do the sauna. I feel good when I'm done. Now I'm on the way home. My wife needs to run a few errands. That's one of the joys of this entrepreneurship. It's a little flexibility when you need it. She needs to run some errands, so I'm gonna go home and hang out with our little girl, and that'll be that. I'll do a few things this evening. But I was just thinking about that because it really has been a game changer for me. And I've been off for a week or so because I've been busy with the operation side of things. And I looked at my tracker today and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm way off. And if I didn't have that sheet of paper sitting on my desk to look at every day, I wouldn't realize how much time has passed where I wasn't doing what I say I want to do. That's going to push me toward the goals that I say that I have. So actions speak louder than words, right? A lot of people say, well, I want to make X amount of money. I want to look a certain way. I want to feel a certain way. I want to get closer to God. I want to have a better marriage. I want to be a better father. But what daily habits do you have currently that you're doing that you can track and measure that are actually pushing you toward those specific goals that you talk about? We all have them, and we all make this mistake, right? It's like, oh, I want to be a millionaire. Okay. But, every day you're eating out at lunch and, wasting money here, wasting money there. How bad do you really want that? Maybe that's not your actual priority. Maybe it's just fun to say. Oh, well, I want to be fit and, skinny and whatever. But, again, every day you're going out to grab a quick biscuit or McDonald's or whatever. And then, in the evening you're a couch potato watching Netflix. Yeah, maybe you're just saying that. Maybe you don't actually want that, Your habits line up with what you say you want. You want a better marriage, okay, but, you get home, you flop on a recliner, turn the TV on, ignore your wife. It's probably not going to lead to the best of marriages. You want to be a better father, same thing. You get home from work, you're tired, you're exhausted, you ignore the kid, push him off onto the wife. It's probably not, the habit doesn't match what you're saying. So let's look at the cool practical way that I found helps me a lot and gives me quite a bit of, satisfaction being able to look back and actually see what I'm doing in real time. Because like I said, a lot of this stuff, it's not immediate results, it's stuff that's going to happen over time, but you can look back and see all them little stupid check marks. Makes you feel good, like you've accomplished something. And then when you're not doing it, you can look back and say, whoa, I've been off for a week or so or a day or so. I got to get back on it so I can have my little check marks. Anyway, just something else thinking about. Maybe you'll find it helpful. All right, until next time.